I got it, guys. I know how to beat Jiren. We just have to hit him really, really hard. That's right, everyone. Dragon Ball Super episode 127 just rolled along, and it rolled around like a freight train. A looming obstacle. Final barrier of hope. Yeah, that barrier is a little bit more final than I kind of expected. First off, thank you so much for everyone who contributed to the hashtag YummyVegeta fanart challenge last week. I had quite a few interesting entries with this one, and a selection of those entries will be featured at the end of this review, so stay tuned to see those. And also, keep an ear out for this week's fan art challenge coming up somewhere in this video, when you least expect it. One more thing, if you were curious about the whole what if Raditz turned good scenario and where that's gonna go, you should be interested in my Dragon Ball R&R special announcement video. I'll leave a link to it in the description and up top, because there are open auditions, so if you want to take part, you've got about 2 weeks left to auditions, so there you go. Where we last left off, Vegeta showed everyone that he doesn't fight with pride alone. He fights for his family and everything that he holds dear. He was able to punish Toppo for basically eschewing justice and what he believed in, as well as the fact that he basically spammed the Hakai button so many times. Literally, it was just, Hakai! 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 It's now 3 versus 1 against Jiren, but we mustn't forget about the fact that Frieza's still around, despite the fact he's a little worse for wear. I mean, there's 4 minutes left in the tournament, and he wasn't announced as being eliminated, so there is hope for people that like him. If you think he might have been eliminated, we would have heard about that. With the arena looking a little bit scuffed, Jiren is hosting a little get-together with the people over at Universe 7, just in time for them to get backstage passes for them being kicked in the butt by Jiren. We're about to at least see a vague representation of Jiren's true power in this episode. Does he get a transformation like everyone else in the show? Even his bro Toppo got one. Well, no, not really. You know, he just kind of goes red. Redder than that of the Super Saiyan God. So I give you one thing. This is going to give me some interesting fodder for my Super Saiyan color theory coming up in a follow-up video sometime in the future. But for now, we can honestly just say that the aura's lava. When Jiren lands, he emits a powerful wave of energy which catches everyone off guard, but to be honest here, it kind of looks like he's got some trapped wind there, so if you just added a different sound effect there, it could mean something else entirely. Yeah. He was hiding such power! What on earth did he eat? Vegeta, despite being depleted of his power after his final explosion spiel, seems to want to take on Jiren again, and he can just flick on the bluer power like a light switch as if nothing had happened. I didn't know that's the way it worked. Wait, hang on. Didn't the Super Saiyan Blue transformation require a lot of stamina to activate, as was told in the manga? And it took Goku 6 episodes to vaguely recover enough strength in order to do it, yet Vegeta did it in a few seconds. Eh? But this doesn't stop Vegeta calling Jiren out with a lot of sass, saying that, "Oh, you're just hiding behind your minions in order to hide your power, and then you can just do everything easy and stuff. Hashtag relatable." Vegeta then just decides to rush in, and 17 and Goku have no choice but to just follow through and help pummel Jiren some more. I'm sorry, pummel Jiren? Sorry, those words don't go together. No, it's Jiren pummeling them. We then go back into the typical thing that's been going on for the last few episodes of Goku and Jiren and Vegeta just doing punch flurries with one another, and then 17... I don't know what 17 was doing at this point. The animation looked really weird. It looked like he was lightly kicking him for some reason. That loop cycle just didn't work. After likening them to impudent gnats, he then just flicks the rest of the Universe 7 gang into the scenery again. I don't know what it is about this. Seeing Jiren's true power just doesn't excite me as I think it could have done. And you know what? I think it's because most of the load was blown about 20 episodes ago with that special. I think really we should have had what happened in 109 and 110 happen round about now, but... Haverock and I have been talking about this behind the scenes, and we both agree that that whole thing just kind of dulled the mood right now. Vegeta and 17 then decide to do a cross-beam attack in order to distract Jiren, but again, that doesn't work. But in a selfless act, 17 takes the blow for Vegeta, and in a completely selfish act, Vegeta just goes, "Oh, silly little android, I didn't need that help anyway!" At least it's different to everyone being hurled into the scenery for the nth time. Vegeta then goes back in again and scuffs the main arena. I mean, he may as well just do more damage because he basically destroyed half of it already. What more could hurt? Can you imagine if Cell were here? He'd be sassing Jiren so much when it comes to arena building. Mine was better. With all the good it does, Vegeta's just lightly tapping Jiren's hands before Goku comes in what looks like a pincer movement and could be really interesting, but then Vegeta blows his cover and then he gets sent flying again, and then Goku has to just take control 100% instead of, getting a surprise hit on the back. But don't worry, Vegeta actually holds his own and comes back with a scattergun approach, and then what Jiren could best describe as a good punch. The way I see it, I liken that whole encounter to everyone at a party. There's some punch, Jiren takes a sip of it, and he's going, "That's a good punch." As in, it's nothing spectacular, it's alright. Idea for the fan art challenge. Send your fan art to me over at Twitter at MasakoX using the hashtag JirenRamsey, and let's see what kind of creative encounters we can have with Jiren when it comes to judging attacks, or judging food, or judging whatever you want, just as long as it embodies the spirit of Gordon Ramsay inside of Jiren, Dragon Ball's most powerful critique. However, it's not quite enough to impress Jiren Ramsay, as Vegeta is sent flying, having the Super Saiyan knocked out of him, as well as taking out a boulder feature. Goku then decides to help his best buddy, but it's not enough. He's caught up in an explosion and then suddenly stops. And then even more explosions happen. But wait, Goku comes back with an instant Kamehameha, which Jiren is able to encounter, and not just a regular counter. We're talking about punching it in two, sending the punch flying up, and then hitting Goku remotely. Yeah, credit where credit is due here, that was pretty awesome. But wait, 17 is back, and he's actually managed to get a hit on him for once, and he's literally got Jiren's back. He attacks him from behind. That was my only suit! However, 17's bold maneuver was actually kind of useful. It managed to tell Goku that he knows how to deal with Jiren. And the answer? Hit him really, really hard. Good thing Vegeta wasn't around to hear that, or else you might end up being kicked in the you-know-what. But yeah, seriously? No special weaknesses or anything? Just literally attack him? Just more of the same, but only stronger? Yeah, okay. But then Vegeta pops up again, and despite the final explosion, and despite having Super Saiyan knocked out of him for the nth time, is able to just flick blue back on again. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, the writers are definitely massaging Vegeta in this episode. Jiren allows them to confer before Vegeta shouts out that he's going to get revenge for what Jiren's done to them. Done what to them? Be good at fighting? Whatever floats your pod, buddy. The second part begins with 17 flicking a blast in Jiren's direction in order to catch his attention, and for Goku and Vegeta to get the jump on him. I mean, it's enough for the two Saiyans to be able to get back into the rhythm that they and Jiren have been in for the last several episodes. And all of this in order for 17 to be ready to pounce. And he does so within a few seconds, but once again, it does nothing. 17 could only get away with that tactic once, and he's spent it already. I don't know why they're still surprised by this, because this is basically what's happened throughout the entire arc. They attack, Jiren counters it. Shock horror. Despite 17 putting up a wall of barriers, it's not enough to stop Jiren. But don't worry, Vegeta's got his back like he did before, attacking with regular ki blasts. Wow, Vegeta, you're really putting in the effort there. So Goku's getting kind of bored of this maneuver, so they just think, well, let's just attack with 3 really powerful attacks and see what happens. So they do so. But Jiren is still protected by his red aura, which becomes like a red hot egg for a moment there. But yeah, the egg is too strong, guys. That is one hard-boiled Jiren. He allows them to do this for a few moments before shouting them away with his aura and his mouth, and yeah, they're just down on the ground. Jiren thinks their time is up, but don't worry guys, Frieza is back and he's ready to cause them down. Oh no, he's kind of gone again. Okay, bye Frieza, nice to see you. But then 17 comes back again to regain the alien's attention. Man, seriously, what is with 17 and attacking people in the back? Either way, 17 is determined to win and get his cruise with his family, and when Belmont finds out about this wish, he is absolutely perplexed. But it does leave the door open for us to find out what the wish on the Super Dragon Balls for Jiren would be. And not only that, we are going to get his backstory. About time! It's puppy Jiren! Oh, he looks so adorable, but he's not happy. And the reason why he's not happy is because his entire village and family have been destroyed by an evildoer. Oh no! The only person that survived in order to rescue Jiren was the very teacher that would make him realize the value of strength. over time, he would amass a team of fighters to take on this ne'er-do-well, but it turns out to not really do anything, and as a result, Jiren is not to be trusted, and he's just on his own again. Even the teacher succumbs to this bad guy. And I must say, the way this is actually framed with people teaming up with Jiren and then disbanding is actually really impressive. It's a really unique way and makes the whole experience in Flashback memorable. It's not just a generic one. You know, good job. What we can take from all of this is that Jiren just thought, well, strength is justice and justice is absolute. So yeah, I'm just gonna take everything out of the thing, don't trust anyone, and yeah, I'm just gonna get stronger and stronger and stronger, and then I will be the best, and then I can basically just live in the past forever. It kind of makes Goku's quest for strength seem rather quaint in comparison. We then get back into the action with 17 calling Jiren out and basically saying, yeah, your Pride Trooper lot, you really don't care about them. They mean nothing to you. They're just part of your conquest for strength. And that touches a nerve with Jiren, but I've gotta say, it's kind of true. Suffice to say, Jiren is a little nettled right now, and he then gives off a really powerful blast which only 17's barrier can withstand, because Goku and Vegeta, they're out for the count and Frieza's just off somewhere sleeping again. And from the way this is framed, this seems like 17's all-out attack in order to defend himself and the Saiyans. But before this all goes the way that we expect, 17 decides to talk to Goku and Vegeta and say, hey, I'm gonna give up on that cruise. Looks like I'm not gonna get it after all. And this actually really hits home a lot and makes just think, oh wow, okay, this is kinda deep. This is just like Nephrite giving up on his chocolate parfait in Sailor Moon. It's kind of small, but moving at the same time. He then surrounds Goku and Vegeta in barriers of their own, and then from this, he is consumed by the blast. Oh, wait, did 17 die? Did he just blow himself up? What? Oh, damn. Not gonna lie, I didn't expect that. You think Jiren's gonna be disqualified from that? Well, no, 17 took himself out apparently. Or at least that's what, you know, the Grand Priest wants to say. Despite the fact that Vegeta's not exactly saddened by this, he then vows to take on Jiren himself at the end of the episode with only 3 minutes left on the clock. And yeah, this gives us some time to process what just happened. All in all, this episode was a stable one. It had a bit of a repetitive start, but it got way more interesting towards the end of the first part and into the second half. Especially with the whole backstory of Jiren, finally, as well as 17's sacrifice. I guess I've been just used to the no death rule of the Tournament of Power, that I was expecting no one to be killed or anything, but now actually seeing someone actually sacrifice themselves and not be erased and stuff like that, and you think, oh my god. I mean, yeah, I know, this is Dragon Ball. He can be revived later on if Universe 7 wins, but at the time, when you're not expecting it, it really hits. This is all I can say, really. This episode was a solid entry into Super's catalogue, so I'm glad about that. We need some solid episodes after, 1, 2, 4. Anyway, that was my review for Dragon Ball Super Episode 127. Tune in next time for my review of Episode 128. Until then, be sure to like and subscribe. Catch you later, and roll on with the fan art!